Hi, folks, and we are live. I'm sorry, this is Jiff the Fireman. I just got a fire call and I had to answer it. But anyway, we are live in Sons of Fire YouTube, and what we have going on today, excuse me, is we have a review for you of a fantastic product created by one of our own sons, Haico. It's Pumpkin Pyro. Now, if you look at this particular bottle, you'll notice that it's partially empty, because this is a good bottle and this is last year's one. But this year, Haico has put out another blend of the same thing, but 2020. So with that, I'm going to bring in Haico himself, and he can talk more about this. Haico, how are you doing, brother?
Doing well. How are you? Good to see you, Jim.
Fantastic. And I'm even better knowing that you have a bottle of this, a new version of this. And I was really tempted to buy one, but I know you said it was limited. And I just really wanted other people to try this. That's how good this is. And my kids aren't allowed to touch this. No one's allowed to touch mine, right? Not that they would, but that's how good this is. So yeah, tell us about it.
So this year, actually, I changed some things up. There's now a combination of the red and the yellow Carolina Reapers in there, and I've got some Reaper Beast Peach in there. So the heat is going to go up, your flavor is going to be different, and there is going to be some yellow ball peppers, which is one of the peppers that I found in my garden that is not like any other pepper. Result is that the heat is actually higher than last year's, and the flavor is a little bit more lemony to start with, and it's got a build up heat that just keeps on going unrelentlessly. So
excellent. That's the kind of stuff I like. Well,
I know. Well,
today on your fantastic product, we have two fellow Canadians, I guess, that want to come here, and they're raving about it. The first one is someone that, most everyone knows well. He's one of the originals too. He's Fire in the Hole, Mr. Greg.
Hey.
He's taking his time.
Fire in the Hole, and you've got one of these with you, I take it, because otherwise you wouldn't be.
Oh, I don't have one of those. I have one of these.
Oh yeah, you got this year. Oh, look at you posing off with your new stuff while I've got the old.
So it doesn't even have a label yet, and I think our next guest is also lucky enough to have one that didn't even get a label, but you can see that mine's been used and abused. There's not very much left. I had to make sure to keep at least a tablespoon left, and this is just an incredible sauce. I can't wait to do another tablespoon. Haico and I did a tablespoon, and my vision went blurry. I said it's literally blindingly hot, this sauce. So we'll see.
Well, you mentioned him, so I may as well bring him in. We all know him, Another one of the Canucks up there that does so well, Heathen Raider. In we come, Heathen. What's a nice shirt too? Look at that.
How y'all doing today?
We are doing great.
Good. So technically, I'm a Canadian, but I'm an American, actually.
I know, but you're in Canada, so you're a Canadian.
I'm an adopted son, I guess.
You've been adopted by the Canadians, definitely.
Yeah. A wildling, yeah.
You're stuck here now that the border is closed.
They wouldn't let me back anyway. I'd had to put clothes on. So yeah, I got one of the handwritten bottles too, and I have not tasted this yet. I'm going in blind, like most things, and so yeah, we'll give it a whirl here. We'll see what it's like. I've not tasted one Haico sauce yet that I did not like.
I'm telling you.
Thank you.
That's the truth.
Honestly, Haico, you, like I said, a craftsman, brother. Like I said, your sauces are hot and consistent, and I do really like that about them. That they're hot.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
But I just want to comment that last year when Haico made the pumpkin pyro, I said, yeah, but I don't like pumpkin. He said, shut up and taste the sauce. And it instantly went into my top 3. I can't believe how much I loved that sauce last year. It was so good. And I like you, Jiff, I have a little tiny bit left in the bottom of the last bottle because I'm terrified to use the last bit, right? But now, of course, we got the good stuff.
Well, you're lucky enough that you live close by to the man. If I lived near you, Haico, I'd be moving in. Crumbs would be wondering what's going on.
You may have to move. You only live in a bungalow, so.
Please, sir, can I have some more sauce? That would be me.
So I'll say right off the bat, it smells almost exactly the same as last year. To my nose, it smells very, very similar. There might be slight, subtle differences, but it smells very much the same.
This definitely smells like last year's.
Yes.
Yeah, yours does. Yeah.
See, this one here, it smells to me in smell a lot like the Scorpion's Kiss.
It's got a similar note to it. The spices that are being used in there are different, though. This is much more basic. Like, this is my take on a pumpkin spice. You got so many pumpkin spice lattes and crap out there that is all artificial. And what I've done is I've actually taken natural ingredients. So it's very simple. It's allspice, it is cinnamon, and it's cloves. And that's all that there is in there.
Yeah,
so those are the basic ingredients for the actual flavor, plus the pumpkin, obviously, because otherwise you don't have a pumpkin flavor. But it's not as overwhelming. There's no sickening sweet thing in there. We use maple syrup because we are Canadian, eh? And basically that is just what it is. It's simple ingredients that make things better, in my opinion.
To the nose, it smells sweet as heck. What is the percentage of pepper? Very high, obviously.
You're looking at it, yeah. You're looking probably at around 40-45%. So it's not as high as some of the other hot sauces that are out there, but it is also the peppers that you use that can actually influence how the heat is being transported, right? I mean, you can have a 60% or 70% pepper content hot sauce, but if it's made with peppers that are not as hot, you're not going to get the same heat out of it. And it's often, and that's why I like to use blends of peppers. Different peppers hit you in different places and have a different way of burning you. So Carolina Reapers in general are more on the bitter side. They hit you right in the back. You get a scorpion pepper that hits you right in the whole mouth. You got a ghost pepper that is more on the actual tongue. So if you combine those three, you get a full burn sensation. In this case, there's the lemon bob, and the lemon bob is a beautiful, beautiful pepper that just keeps on building in heat, and it just contributes to it. So,
yeah, it's definitely. I love this little section on it right here down there. It's hard to see, but it's like made in Canada, eh?
All right, let's get this party started. What do you say?
Go ahead.
Let's hit it.
I'm going to drew my old one because I don't have the new one, but if I know Haico, it's just as good tasting. The new one is just as good, if not better, than the old one. God, I love the smell of this, Haico. I really do.
And this one smells even better.
Very nice consistency to the pour as well.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
It sits on the spoon so happily.
And I'm using Johnny Scoville mother of pearl spoon, so I don't taint my sauce, bro.
I don't want to sauce my taint either.
Yeah. So, Greg, do the honors. What do you say?
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
Oh, man, I love this. And I love this on ice cream, of all things, because it's like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. It's the taste. It's just, this is such a good tasting sauce. Really good. Love the taste of it.
Heathen's going for it. He likes it.
I'm telling you. Does that not taste good, Heathen?
See, I was wondering because I'm another guy. I don't like pumpkin. But I didn't want to say that till now. That's a very good sauce, Haico.
It is.
Thank you.
It's not overpowering in pumpkin at all. It's got enough of the flavor that the peppers come out. I mean, I'm tasting peppers. I'm tasting the heat. I'm getting all of that. I'm getting even all.
What I like about Haico's sauces the most is that it doesn't matter what variety I've tried. You can tell it's made with real peppers and not powder, if that makes any sense. You can tell.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And this one here, it doesn't start out very hot. You get the sweet and you get the spices, but I can feel it really slowly, and it's a gradual build. Like right now, my lips are starting to get, it feels like a match is lit right next to my lips right now.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tingle.
But I'm not getting anything but the lips right now. but I can kind of feel it migrating back a little bit. It's an interesting sauce. It's a really interesting sauce, and I can tell right away this would be a problem for a normal person if they just lathered this on a burger or something and didn't know. This would be a big problem.
Yeah. No, it's got a decent heat.
Mike is muted. Ah, there we go. I was muted somehow.
Yeah, I think there's someone. Yeah, I wonder if it's
There you go. Thanks.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a crazy sauce.
I wanted to chime in and just say that for me, the amazing thing about this sauce was the linger. It lingered forever. It was like 25 minutes later, I was still going, oh my God, this is crazy hot. It's not hitting me as hard. I think I took it straight in the throat last time. I think that's why it punched me so hard. I'm finding that it's not hurting me as much this time at all. But of course, I've made my way through most of the bottle, so I'm no stranger to the heat level. But
yeah, this would be a problem for a normal person. This would be a big problem for a normal person.
And it just keeps coming. It's the heat. It slowly ramps up, and it just keeps coming, and then it lingers forever. I couldn't believe the linger on it.
Well, that's the great thing about combining the peppers, right? I mean, you get the best of each of the different peppers. And like I said, the lemon bob that is just got added into there, it just has his way of, you get a lemony flavor at the front, and then you just get the heat that keeps on building. Don't worry, Jeff, I've got one set aside for you, so I'll be coming your way.
I mean, this is how it's really, this reminds me of doing the League of Fire chug, because you get that initial taste when you're chugging it, and then it goes away, and then you're sitting there for a minute, and nothing, and then all of a sudden you feel the heat start building. And then you get that kind of aftertaste of the peppers. No. Very similar to doing a chug. I mean, this is going to be a problem for some people. I mean, yeah, this is the hottest one I've tasted from you. This is a step above the Scorpion's Kiss, a step above the Devil's Brew even. This is your hottest sauce I've tasted.
It's the addition of the Reaper Beast and the Lemon Bob just took it to the next level.
Yeah, I know a little something about that Reaper Beast. Yeah.
That could be our champion, right? That could be the one.
I'm not saying anything.
I mean, to me, I like the sound of, I didn't find this super bad at all. I mean, in heat wise. So it'll be interesting to try the 2020 to see, always with the fresher peppers. I always think that, fresher pepper is going to be hot, but
I would say, Jeff, you should get a hold of this bottle and compare your old one, last year's to this year's, so that you can do this number. See, I'm going in blind. This is the first I've ever tried it.
I'll be like, this one is really good. And this one is really good. This one is really good. Honestly, all of Haico sauce, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your backside. Your sauces are top notch. Honestly, top.
There's a reason we're all Team Haico,
Yeah, I mean, I do like that. I think most of the ones that I bought, of course, were all on the high end of the spectrum. But Haico does offer all angles from it, all the way down to all the way up. I think it's Haico's hot sauce. If there's anyone that's in the comments there that wants to put up a link for me, I will. I
want to comment. Dave said, "Phew, Heathen has clothes on."
Yeah, definitely.
You can see the color and you can see the consistency and you see the seeds in there. Yeah. I've got a clear bottle, so it's a little easier for folks to see. But it's got a great color to it.
The color is amazing.
A really nice, sweet smell, and it smelled to me a lot like the Scorpion's Kiss, but it is hotter. I mean,
how's the flavor compared to the Scorpion's Kiss? Do you find it similar or completely different?
I'm a huge red sauce guy, and it took me, until I took that Scorpion's Kiss in, I've always been looking for a Louisiana sauce, right, that had the real pepper texture and real pepper taste, but had enough heat. You know what I mean? And I found, some sauces that checked 4 out of the 5 boxes, some that 3. Well, when I got the Scorpion's Kiss, I was like, oh, money penny. And you saw, y'all see how many I ordered. It's my daily sauce. You know what I mean? I put it on everything. Now this one here, it's another sauce I think you could put on anything really, but you better be ready for the heat. Honestly, the heat equals a sauce that has some type of extract in it. I'm serious.
Yep.
And it's hot. It's not a problem for me. I'm liking it. But somebody who doesn't have a good high tolerance, this is going to be a problem. I'm just letting y'all know out there, you better be ready. Because it doesn't hit you right away. It's a creeper. It waits for you to walk around the corner, and then it clubs you in the back of the head. So, I'm just letting you know.
So that I could compare it with Triple R, that from Island Sun, right? The rosy red rectum. That one is an au naturel sauce that you can't believe doesn't have extract. Now I think there's a little something. I think he admitted that he puts a little something. Right? Is that correct, Haico, or am I off base?
I cannot confirm nor deny. I did not hear anything, so I cannot say anything about it.
I just know that Jeff stuff is friggin' good.
Yeah, my stomach is on fire right now. And
Yep.
I don't know what, I'll be honest, I don't know whether that's the residuals from battling with extracts yesterday, all day, and part of the night, but it feels like I did a League of Fire chug right now. And all I did was take 2 mouthfuls and a couple spoonfuls.
And Haico's all, you're welcome.
So, hey, when we go private, I'm going to call you a couple names, Haico.
That's fine.
I apologize.
Just don't call me darling.
And don't call him late for dinner.
Well, if you remember a couple of weeks,
it's a good sauce, but you need to be ready for it, people. This is a warm one. People who do challenges all the time, not a problem. People who do challenges all the time, it's not going to be a problem. But regular folk or people with building tolerance, it's going to open your eyes.
Definitely, I bet it is. If you remember, like a while back, that I think Dave did a chug of one of Haico's sauces, and I don't think he expected or realized that it was going to be that hot, And Dave's great, but he's
Mario.
not really used to the heat. But man, like I say, you do a chug of this, you're going to find out. Yeah. I do like that. Like I say, Haico sauces are super hot. They're right in there. They're right up there.
Yeah. And see I'll be honest, what I'm going to do, I just received Troy Primo's Swampadelic, and not now. I'm going to wait for this to subside. Probably tomorrow is I'm going to do a side-by-side for heat and taste. And I'm going to kind of keep those results to myself. But I'm very curious to see how those two match up, because I've not even tried it yet. I've heard that one's a really nice hot red. And see, I like this.
So Heathen, did you ever were you privy to Hurtberry Farms Fifole? Did you get to try that one?
I've never tried any Hurtberry Farms in my life yet.
Damn.
I've been wanting to, but you know what? I'm kind of a creature of habit. Honestly, I am. The foods I eat, I get in a habit. I just call Haico up and say, Haico, send me some more Scorpion's Kiss. And that's nothing against any other sauce company. It's just my personality. Unless somebody sends me something, I just keep reaching. You know what I mean? And
everyone's lucky to be friends with Haico.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But see, if I didn't like that sauce the way I did, I would still be looking for one to take that spot, right? Because I like to use a base sauce. I'm not one of these guys who, I need a sauce for this dish, and this dish. I'm a weirdo. I want my base sauce, and then once in a while, I'm going to have a treat. You know what I mean?
One sauce to rule them all, right?
Yeah, and that's just my personality, right? that sauce checks a lot of boxes. You know, I mean, that's a 98% sauce for me. So, you know, why would I go to this, and this? And that's nothing against any other sauce maker.
So the reason I say that is because the Fifole, for me, it was like the most amazing Tabasco I've ever had in my life. It was like Tabasco for adults. That's what I kept describing it as, because it had a heat level that was just bonkers, and it was so Louisiana. It was just like Tabasco on steroids. It was so good. I miss it so much too.
The guys from Herdberry make absolutely amazing sauces. The one thing that I can see being a little bit in their disadvantage is that they do a lot of one-offs, which are absolutely amazing, but it leaves you kind of hankering for more. I mean, I'm doing the same right now with my pumpkin pyro, but that is one-off. I still got my standard line that I do. They've got 3 that they do in their standard line, and they do a lot of one-offs all throughout the year. So that's the great guys as well. I love them to death. But it's hard to...
I haven't ate anything since this morning, and I just did this, and I'm starting to get a capsaicin cramp in my gut. I'm not lying. I'm gonna go get some milk. I'm serious, and I'm serious because my gut is kind of wrecked from like yesterday.
All right, go do that, and we'll get to you when you come back.
I just finished dinner, so I'm good. I'm good. I'm surprised it didn't punch me in the mouth the same way it did the first time. When Haico and I had a tablespoon in my kitchen, and Haico said he hadn't even tasted it at that point, so we were both going in blind, and it wrecked both of us good.
I tasted it, but I tasted it with my eye.
It doesn't taste so good in the eye, right?
That's the part of it that I hate. It's all good when you're like, yeah, and then you do that, and then when your eye is burning like crazy. I like Milkman's back. I'll bring him back in. That's cheese.
There you go. Never on an empty stomach. I learned that lesson. I went to Chili's one day, and I tasted 2 sauces on a little popsicle stick, a couple of little tastes, and on the way home I got a major cramp. I couldn't believe it just because my stomach was completely empty. That was the big problem. But 2 little dots of hot sauce, and I had a cramp going on the way home.
So I didn't take a lot out of the bottle. I took it from there to there, and I got capsaicin cramp. Instant. Just now. And I
had 2 spoonfuls of Jeff's rosy red rectum on the show.
I was just gonna say that.
Remember that? 2 spoonfuls, and I'm like,
I was there.
Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. and that was on an empty stomach. After that, I'm like, you know what? This is pretty powerful. I shouldn't be doing these sauces on an empty stomach.
Yeah, me too. That day, you guys pulled me out of bed for that. When I came down with bedhead and my first cup of coffee, I was half asleep still.
I know, but it's exciting, especially when you have sauces that people like so much, and especially with this. Again, like I said, I'm not a pumpkin lover, but I love this. Yeah, and we got, of course, Halloween coming up, so isn't it perfect time to be ordering these? There's not many of them. You can order them. What's your website, Haico's?
HaicosHotSauce.com.
All right, let's put that down here. I'll make sure that I can
order one of Johnny's spoons too while you're at it.
There's one with my name on it, but the thing didn't happen, so it never happened.
Damn. There it is.
Now I'm feeling better.
So I have to ask Heathen, are you still burning? Do you still feel it? Because I'm still burning.
My lips are still burning. My throat, my mouth is fine. Just my lips, and my gut is. I'm kind of gut bombed right now, but I didn't eat anything but breakfast so far today, and that was a mistake.
Bad mistake. But the linger is incredible, right? The linger is unbelievable on this.
I'm good now. I got some cottage cheese in me, but yeah, this will wreck a lot of people's days right here.
Good. I like sauces that linger. I mean, that's the whole point of it, is to keep the thing on and on. And it's I don't know if it's more along wrecking people's days. Because you got to remember,
real nice.
Who like to eat these and drink these. These are supposed to be used like liberally on food to make your food taste better, right? But when something tastes so good, it's hard. You know, people will say, "Oh, like you were mentioning Tabasco. Oh, Tabasco is this." But if you use it in certain foods, Tabasco is supposed to be a flavor enhancer. That's what all these are. Even though they're fantastic on their own, these are supposed to enhance the flavor of food. Like I was telling you earlier with the ice cream. Oh my goodness, man! I put this on vanilla ice cream. I'd never eat pumpkin flavored ice cream. I'd be like, ah! But man, you put pumpkin pyro on freaking vanilla ice cream. I'm like, oh, is there only that left of the ice cream?
I'm actually very surprised because I don't like pumpkin. I don't like mustard. I don't like pumpkin. And I was kind of apprehensive about doing this review when I was asked because I was like, I don't like pumpkin. I'm like, it's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And it's not pumpkin forward.
No, not at all. There's just
I have to jump in at this point and say Haico has a nasty habit of proving to people things they thought they didn't like that they actually like me eating a bowl of Brussels sprouts one day when I don't like Brussels sprouts. I ate a giant bowl. And so Haico's done that to me how many times, Haico? At least 10, probably? 8 or 10 times?
I was kind of weirded out about maple syrup and hot sauce too, because I'd never heard of such a dang thing. You know, I said "dang" by the way, and I tried it. I tried it, and I was like, "What is that? It tastes like maple syrup." And then I looked on the bottle, and I was like, "It is maple syrup." So I was like, but then I tried it on some salmon, and I was like, "Oh, money! Wow!" So yeah, he's shocked. This is the second time he shocked me. You
Good.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
He shocks everyone.
I don't know if Heathen, do you know what Haico's slogan is?
Eat something before you try his pumpkin pyro too.
Well, that's my advice.
I don't
Taking
know.
over the world with hot sauce.
Taking over the world.
Well, I prefer an axe, but okay.
So, like, for instance, when Angela says, what are we doing today, Haico? And he says, same thing we do every day.
Taking the world over with hot sauce. I got it. Man. Nice sauce, Haico. Cheers.
Thank you.
You did a fantastic job on this. And
very good sauce. Very good sauce. But like I said, it's going to be a problem for a lot of people. And eat people.
No problem.
Have your
just
stomach.
while we're here, I'm going to remind people of that little label on the side. As you can see there, this one is in the wild. So it's right up at the top of. It is a hot sauce. When he says hot sauce, he's not joking. It's hot.
Yeah.
Haico, show us the label, the 2020 label. We didn't see the new label. We got signed ones that don't have a label. So you can see, Jeff, the difference, 2020 on the side?
Yeah. There it is, side-by-side comparison, last year's and this year's.
Yeah. Awesome.
You've got
Hell of a good sauce.
If you're getting after the heat, with this being a limited edition, you probably want to get on it because, yeah, it's a hot one. And if you're chasing it, this would be a very good sauce if you're chasing it.
As with anything, Heathen, you can find heat anywhere. The trick,
For the record, I'm still burning.
But
man, that good. But when you blend heat, taste, flavor, all of that into one like this, like Haico is,
that's a good sauce. It's quality.
I mean, there's sauces that I've tasted that are hot, melt your face off. And honestly, I'm like, and I'm not touching that one again. That's not what I expected. Yeah, like Podfather, like Sean Overthrow, he makes this beetroot sauce, and you're like, beetroot? But my goodness, purple haze, it tastes delicious. My wife Alex yesterday, she made a salad from the garden, her own kale, goat cheese, walnuts, beetroots, and I'm like, she's like, try it. And then she made Reaper sauce, I think with Lawrence Sinai Gourmet's hot honey. And I'd never thought that the taste of beetroots, walnuts, and goat cheese would go together. But there I was, and kale. So, like I said, all of this stuff, Haico, you're like a master sauce maker as far as I'm concerned, brother. You make some of the best stuff ever.
You can taste the difference between one of Haico's sauces and walking into the store. It's just a different taste and feel to it. You know what I mean? It's like getting a good cut of steak compared to a a hamburger or something. You just know it's a good piece of meat, right? I get the same
best
feel with this sausage. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's really well made. You just know it's really well made. You taste it, you see it, and then there's the heat. You know, I'm all ramped down. My heat's good, except my gut is still a little bit bombed.
That's probably some residual from yesterday.
So some, yeah, but I mean,
plus on an empty stomach. That's the killer. The empty stomach thing is the killer.
This aggravated it big time. It's hot enough to aggravate, and my stomach's pretty stout right now.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this stuff. When I started buying sauces at the start of the year, when we went into this pandemic, I realized that I'm not going to get to go to my festivals. I'm like, well, by the summer, I'll still be able to go to a festival here or there. And then as it moved along, I realized, this isn't happening. I'm not going to get to a festival. We did the Chase and Sun Festival. We made our own. But right back then, I ordered from Haico directly. I think it was after that festival. That was back in March, April, I think.
Yeah, April.
There's only one bottle of Haico sauce that I have finished. Normally, I'm like, oh, this is finished. And that tells you how I value them, man. There's only one out of all the bottles. I'm like, oh, no, I've run out of this one. Oh, my God. I think it was the 100 Shades of Pain I run out of. I'm like, oh, well, I got to buy more. And then, remember, Jiff, you got hundreds of bottles. I know, but they're not Haicos. They're not 100 Shades of Pain. This goes great with pasta. So, with me, I have choices up the yang. And there's my problem. I go to the fridge and I'm like, I don't know what I want. And I always go to yours. You've got a nice little special spot. But I decide Haicos will do. So you're right in the middle because of the size of your bottles fit really well in my fridge. And I'm like, Haicos. Yeah. So,
hey, Jeff, you want to see something really cool?
Sparingly.
You can order some sauces in double-sized bottles, right?
He told me that.
You can see the difference, right? So
they'll be coming in Haico size, they're called, as I recall.
these are a good one. I got a mustard menace in the fridge right now that actually Gazoo decided she likes mustard menace, so now we're tag teaming the bottle, so it's going down fast. But for barbecue,
somebody that's getting this in that size as well.
I told the kids were telling me. Because I'm like, hey, how come you're not using any more of that barbecue that's not barbecue sauce? Don't you like it anymore? And they're like, no, Dad, look, there's only a little bit left. I'm like, you do know I can order more, right? And they're like, you can? I'm like, yeah. I mean, come on. That honey mustard is really good, the Haico too. I don't know, Heathen, if you've tried it. It's
not a mustard guy, right?
Yeah, I'm not a mustard guy.
Yeah, but it's a honey mustard, but it doesn't.
You should try a mustard menace at some point.
But he's already proved a couple.
He wasn't a pumpkin guy.
Misconceptions or preconceptions incorrect. So I'm going to have to leave my mind open a little bit for that.
What I'll do is I'll send you one with the next order. Don't worry.
I'll give it an honest review. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you.
And then tell us how much you don't like mustard after.
Exactly. I mean, I had pods coming for Heathen, right? From that he got from a friend of ours, Jared. Jared sends a friend of ours. You guys know freaking Jared.
I know.
Farmer Jay.
I've heard of him.
He's over all these pods. And I'm like, hey, Heathen, look at all these pods here. And he goes, are those mustards? You can have those. That was the first thing. He was like, those are mustard. You can have those ones.
True story.
Yeah, we know he doesn't like that one. Well, man,
I think, gentlemen, it's been a half an hour, more 40 minutes now. I think we're good to see.
It's been fantastic.
I can't recommend highly enough that everybody order 2 of these. If you're smart, at least one, if there's any left. But get one while you can. There's I found my old empty too. Sadly, that's a fallen soldier, but
it is a fallen. Well, what I'll do is I'll knock you all one by one with Haico, and then I'll come backstage and catch up with you guys in a bit.
Well done, Haico. Well done, Haico.
Thank you very much, Greg.
Well done.
Fire in the hole! And he's out the other way. Heathen, I got to go that. No, I got to go that way or that way. Anyway, talk to you soon, Heathen. Thank you very much for being here. and for giving
No
us the next.
problem.
Yeah, I'm cutting you off too. Haico, thank you, man, and keep doing what you're doing. Haico's Pumpkin Pyro 2020 out now. Get yourself a bottle. It's limited edition. There isn't many of these around. Haico, booting you to
Thank
the
you very much.
And as you guys have seen, this has been Jiff the Fireman with Sons of Fire. We had a review with Heathen Raider, Greg Frank Marcus with Fire in the Hole, and Haico, the warrior, who actually makes this fantastic stuff. Like I said, go buy some. This has been Jiff the Fireman. Talk to you soon.